Hello, Virgo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be our weekly reading for the week of June 1st through June 7th, and during that time, we will have a first quarter moon that comes in on the 4th, and a first quarter can be a time when we feel a little bit impulsive, impatient, when your mind's quite active, it's just kind of hard to settle down, so keep that in mind as we move through the week. We then move into the waxing gibbous, and that energy is it's just a little calmer, good time for like a deeper understanding, good time to act on your intuition and your introspection, to make adjustments on things that you're working on and just get a little bit more done. So keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, so of course please keep that in mind. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. All right, Virgo, your overall message card for this reading is Believe in the Impossible. It's a very lovely message. I like that one. Let's see what the Virgo Collective has going on for the week. And Virgo, as I'm shuffling, I would like to say that since my readings are free to you, all that I ask in return is that you hit that subscribe button. Help me out with the YouTube algorithm a little bit. It really helps my channel. And of course, it's super, super easy for you to do. So I will give you just a moment to get that done right now. Thank you so much. And if you've been a subscriber, thank you for coming back and helping me build a community here. I see you and I appreciate you. All right. Also, my weekly reminder for this week is to take time to meditate this week. So, if meditation is something that you already do, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, try to start working that into your routine. Just, get really still, quiet yourself, quiet your mind, and just explore, just see what's in there. So even if it's just a few minutes, if you try to start working that into your routine, if it's hard for you to sit still, it was for me when I first started really meditating, to sit still for any length of time. I tend to be very hyper, and my brain is just, it likes to go, go, go. So learning how to calm my brain down. I used sound, different sounds and different guided meditations help me an awful lot. So that might be something that you're able to do. Sometimes I will fall right asleep. I try to keep conscious because I'm like, oh, so relaxing. But yeah, if you need to use a guided meditation, that works. But anyway, just my reminder for the week is to try to work that into your routine. It's just, it's really good for you. All right, Virgo, June 1st through the 7th. Believe in the impossible. Your overall energy right here. Present energy is that the 8 of Wands. You've got a lot of things coming in very quickly. So whatever this impossible thing is that you're believing in, it's happening quickly. So, this could be messages coming in fast. This could just be changes around you, things that are going on that you really have no control over. Just things are moving and changing. Your current situation is the Page of Swords. So, pages are juveniles of the deck. This is, and because this is air energy, this is about your intellect or also about communication. So it could be that you're having to communicate something in a new or different way, something that you're not used to. By juvenile, I mean just something that's new to you, that you're, kind of learning how to do. This could be a new app that you got on your phone, that you're trying to learn how to navigate. It could be maybe that you have to speak publicly, and that's not something that you've ever had to do. So that's kind of new for you, but some new way of communicating or thinking. And that's kind of the energy that you're working with there. At the root of your situation is the King of Swords. So the root of your situation is, really knowledge about some form of communication. And it could be that, again, this may just be a new thing that you're having to do. But it looks like the overall energy when it comes to communication is that you're very knowledgeable on how to, be concise, how to speak well, how to do that kind of in a general form. So this new thing that comes in might just be a new thing that you're having to learn there. You are coming into this energy here with the 8 of Pentacles. So something that you've been hard at work on, and now we've got 2 8s showing up here. So we'll see if more show up, but you may want to look up angel number 88 if we don't see other ones. But you're coming into this with hard work, and maybe that hard work has brought on some sort of changes, and again, some new way of communication. This could be, maybe it moves into some hard work has brought you into a raise at work, or being promoted to a place where you do have to speak, in public to employees at this point. You have to hold meetings and that sort of thing. So where you're generally a good communicator, it might just be that there's a new thing that you're going to have to learn how to do. But believe in the impossible. You might think, oh, I can't do that, but it looks like you actually can. What's on your mind this week is the Page of Wands. So, 2 pages. This is a lot of new things for you, just new paths for you, new ways of communicating, new ways of being passionate, and new ways of expressing that passion. So something, this is going to be something that you really do enjoy doing. It might be something you're learning, but over time that's going to grow, and you're going to really kind of move into settling into whatever this new thing for you is. Again, I'm using a job as an example, but it could be anything. But you're going to be very succinct at communication, and you're really going to enjoy it. It's going to be something that gets you up in the morning that you're happy to get up and go do. So that's always a good thing. What is just ahead of you this week is the Tower. So all of a sudden we've got this great energy and this great momentum going, but bam, here comes some sort of disruption. Now, this doesn't have to be a huge disruption. We'll see as your cards come out, but it could be something just really minor that maybe, you're gaining these skills, but here comes this tower to put this to the test. It's always we're always constantly being tested by things. And it could be that, you're learning how to be, maybe this Page of Swords represents you being, more patient in your communication. And all of a sudden you get a flat tire, and can you be patient in your communication when that happens? When this disruption comes in to, just kind of shake you a little bit. Can you hold on to that passion? Can you love this thing as this disruption comes in? So it's really going to be all about how you manage this disruption, because it looks like you're doing new things. And although things might be, things might not be as smooth sailing as you might want them to be. And that's okay. That's how we learn. We learn through these tower moments and through the disruptions in life. You just learn how to manage them, right? In your advice position is the Three of Swords. So this is kind of our broken heart sadness. And this could be something having to do with this disruption, that something, maybe you had your heart set on a certain thing and it just didn't happen. And so you're going to have to deal with the disappointment of that. And that could be, I've been using the job as an example. Although tarot is a template, this could be anything. Take however this energy applies to you. But it's kind of like you've got this momentum into this new thing, and you're feeling out, how to communicate, how to be in love with it, how to be passionate, and all of a sudden this disruption, and you're like, oh, everything was perfect until that one thing. And if I knew anything about a Virgo, it's that, you really like that perfectionistic way of being, and not everything is like that. So see these tower moments as challenges. Take this broken heart and just move along and just deal with whatever it is, right? What is beyond your control this week is the Three of Pentacles with some collaboration. So again, if this is something work related, there's going to be other people involved. And there might be other people involved in this disruption. And it might be that you have to, have meetings to figure out how to maybe minimize the disruption, or how to keep this disruption from occurring again. So everything's a learning experience, right? What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid? With another page, are we going to have all of them on the table by the end? So secret desire or trying to avoid. And I see the Page of Cups. This is about our new emotions, but I also see our pages being kind of having a sense of humor. So is it your secret desire to pull out that quick wit, and throw in that joke to kind of, a little levity to lighten the situation, even if it is in this tower moment, or this moment that appears to be like some sort of heartbreak? Or are you trying to avoid that? Are you trying to be more mature and more, more kind of, kind of serious about it? So that's going to be your big question is, can you, some situations you can't really bring humor into, but oftentimes many you can. And it just lightens the load in the room. If there's a lot of people dealing with a problem, and you can be, not that you have to be, unserious about it, but sometimes just a little bit of levity to lighten the mood can kind of carry things forward, right? In your outcome position is, yeah, I think you're going to be just fine. Here we are with the Ten of Pentacles. This is our card of, generational wealth, security. Everybody's happy. There's a lot of prosperity in this card, and everything's just fine. I think that's how your week is going to end up. So it looks like you've got this little disruption. Look at all the pages on the table. I will say, what's the word I'm looking for? We are missing one page, which would be, let's see, we've got swords, pentacles, wands, or cups. We're missing the page of pentacles. So this isn't something that you're new at materially, and you do have this hard work, this collaboration, and this. So, that's not the part of this that's new for you. And that does, when I think about a Virgo and like, being perfectionist and also a little bit self-critical when it comes to work, you probably are a perfectionist. Nobody does their job quite like you, but there are things that you do have to learn and things that are new to you coming in. So definitely embrace those things. It doesn't look like the management of money or of the material, whatever is like you're really, really good at that. So this is probably more about dealing with people and how to speak, how to carry that fire, to let passion get underneath you, and how to have a little bit of a sense of humor. Okay, what is being hidden from you this week is the Nine of Cups. So this is our card of satisfaction and self-indulgence, and maybe you're just not quite there yet. Maybe as these things that are new to you with these pages, as you learn that, you'll get to a place where you're feeling good about it. But when they're new, that's that kind of, you're kind of walking on eggshells, and do I feel like, am I doing this right? And if you need to seek help, or any kind of resource that you can find, like I said, if it's this public speaking, go ahead and read a book on public speaking, or find a video where someone gives you some sort of hints, if that's something that you're feeling nervous about, whatever, if it's about, if you can inject humor, just go with your gut. You may be able to, and everybody might appreciate that, if it's done again in a sensitive kind of way, if it's around a disruption. But believe in the impossible, Virgo. You can do this, whatever this is. You tend to be very self-critical. I can see you looking at yourself in all of these situations. Should I, shouldn't I? Sometimes just take a breath and go with the flow. All right. Soul Oracle deck says seek hidden treasure. And I would say that's probably the hidden treasure inside you, these talents that you're learning. Seek out that treasure that you can be really good at these things. I have no doubts about that for you. And forgive and forget. And if that has to do maybe with this tower moment and with this little heartbreak, it might be, maybe someone does make a mistake and you're kind of left to deal with it. Forgive, forget, let's move along. Let's get back to collaboration and get back to the task at hand and the thing that's the most important. So, Virgo, good luck with this. I hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use. Again, believe in the impossible. It sounds like you're going to need that sort of belief to get through, kind of get over this tower. I don't see it again as being a huge major disruption. It's just something kind of minor as you're working on something this week. It's kind of minor, but it's minor, but the way you deal with it, that's the major part. That's your learning experience. That's why the universe puts this sort of disruptions in our way, is so that we can stop and learn from those. So anyway, Virgo, I do appreciate your time here with me. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, leave me a comment and let me know what kind of towers did you guys come across this week. Let me know, how did you have to deal with it? We can all kind of learn from each other here. So I would like to say also thank you so much. And if you enjoy my reading style, please like and subscribe. It really does help my channel, and I would appreciate it so much. And most of all, it'll help you find me next week. And that's the most important thing. So, Virgo, thank you so much for being here with me today, and good luck with this week. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.